The first step of what we're going to make today, we're going to make Italian ice, and we're going to make a pineapple Italian ice. The first step is cutting the pineapple. So I want to explain the exact way that I'd like to cut my pineapple. So here's my pineapple. First thing I like to do is like to cut the top off. This can make a great garnish on a buffet, so you save that. I'm going to put it to the side so you can see what I'm doing over here. Then you're going to cut the bottom off. Do you want to cut? Okay, so I've cut the top and the bottom of my pineapple off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up on end. You can see where the little nubby things are on the outside. What I try to do, I always like to use my serrated knife as well. I try to go around the outside and like to I like to follow the contour of the fruit. The fruit goes on a curve, so my knife's going to go on a curve. I'm trying to leave as much of the meat of the fruit as I possibly can. So I start at the top, nice and easy, and then I try to follow the edge of the fruit. Now, you can see there's still some black nubbies, but as I cut, they're going to come off, okay? And I'm trying not to take like from here to here. I'm trying to take a smaller portion, because the bigger you take, the more of the meat you lose. So the knife is now trying to follow the cut that I just made, and I'm trying to make it small. A lot of people try to cut a big chunk thinking they're going to make it's going to go faster. But that kind of defeats the purpose, because you end up using too much of the meat. All right, go all the way around. Once you've gone all the way around, then you can make another trip around and get the parts that little brown nubbies that are still there. And by doing this, I'm taking off as little of the pineapple as I possibly can and getting rid of the skin on the outside. Okay? Now, you can see there's a round circle in the middle. It's a round circle right there in the middle. That is the core. It's really tough and hard to eat. You don't want to eat it. That's why when you see pineapple rings that you get in the store that come in the cans, that part is removed. That's why it's a ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our chef's knife, we're going to put it on the top, and we're going to cut it right in half. All right? Then we're going to take that and we're going to cut that in half. So now, what was our circle, you can see where a circle, is now just this one little corner right here. I'm going to take that and cut that straight off. And that's your core. Now at this point, if I see any of the little skin things still on there, I can remove them. And then I can easily take my pineapple, cut it into small chunks. Again, very simply, cut that wedge out, cut that in half, cut that in half. Run my knife through. Okay, today we're going to make Italian ice. We're going to make Italian ice with pineapple. So the ingredients we need is pineapple, 3 cups of pineapple, 3 cups of ice, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and the juice of 1 lemon. That's all we're going to need. We're going to make it in our food processor. You can also do this in the blender. I'm going to choose to use the food processor. One of my big pet peeves about the food processor is that people don't handle it the right way. What you need to know is there's a little black dot right here. Inside that black dot is a magnet. Inside of this cup, you can see the bottom, there's a magnet here, right? So what has to happen is the 2 magnets must line up. It must lock into place. Too many times I see people and they'll take their thing, it will lock into place on the wrong side, and they don't realize they have it on the wrong side. And then they call me and say, "Chef, I can't get it to work." Well, that's because you put the bowl on wrong. This one has right on the thing, bowl lock. It says it right on there. A lot of the professional ones do not have that, right? When in doubt, please call the chef, ask the chef, right? So you want to lock it in place. Take your blade, and you don't just set it in there. You want to make sure you spin it until the blade falls into place, right? When it's down on sitting, it falls into place. Now you can see on the back here, even though the bowl is locked into place, you can turn it on all you want. It's going to give you the red light and say, sorry, we're not going to work for you. There's a pipe right here. The lid has to go on, and the lid has to lock into place. And you can see the pipe. And once you lock it into place, you'll see the pipe move down. And what happens is it pushes down on the magnets, and now the magnets are connected. And when I turn it on, I have power. Okay. So right now I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to add my pineapple. I'm going to add my lemon juice. I'm going to add my sugar. And I'm going to add about half of my ice. Put in my lid. Make sure it's locked into place. Turn it on. Okay, so it's chunky. Alright, now that I have it chunky, I'm going to add the rest of my ice. Keep it nice and cold. I'm going to lock it in place. Okay, so we have finished pureeing it. It has the consistency that we're looking for. Kind of fluffy, kind of aerated. All right. You gently move the bowl. That was as gently as I could possibly go. And we're going to put it basically into a baking dish. We want it to have a little area to work. We don't want it to be too thick. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the freezer, and we're going to freeze it for 30 minutes. At the end of 30 minutes, I'm going to take it out, and we're going to take a fork and we're going to run the fork through it and kind of mix it up. And we're going to do that every 30 minutes for 2 hours. And that will be the end of making our Italian ice with pineapple. Okay? Okay, so we have our sorbet, or excuse me, our Italian ice. We've pulled it out of the freezer. It was in there for 30 minutes. It doesn't really move too much at all. And what you want to do, you see outside is getting frozen, but the inside is not. So you want to stir it around a little bit. And that was the reason for the dish rather than a bucket, because we want to freeze, but we don't want it to freeze solid all in one shot. We want to keep mixing it around. And we're going to repeat this process every 30 minutes for 2 hours. We want to make sure we keep getting the air inside of it as we go. And then we're going to put that back into the freezer. Being in a pan like this, you have more surface area that's being refrigerated quicker. Okay? Every 30 minutes.